all these variables all at one time.
All right. Whoever, if Boomie and Snowy win later, actually whoever gets the prediction right on this has to buy the other one dessert when we go out to get food after.
Yeah, that's a great bet because that just gets expensed. So.
We don't lose.
Let's go.
We don't lose.
Yeah, you got a handshake on that one, bro.
You know. All right, so getting into this other side of winners semis, we see a very different change of pace. We were expecting to see Cody and FaZe on here, but instead we are seeing the strength and ability of Stingray and Java, how they were able to make it work. They have lots of range to deal with the pokes and not have to commit to like staying around blast range as much. But Stingray is the ace today. He gets another double KO.
Dude, he's the cricket king. He was just throwing those out there and then found a double KO. That are you insane? Are you serious? But I want to piggyback off of one thing you mentioned earlier about Java is that he is going to be consistent.
Yep.
And I love that you said that because he really is solidly consistent. We've seen that today, but he also has the potential to pop off, which is what is so scary about him as a player. Like his coin flip is like, am I gonna play really good or am I gonna play like cracked out of my mind?
Yeah.
That's a very scary coin flip if you are not on his team.
Yeah, and you will rock with that every time because even if you're the one that's not finding those KOs, much like we just saw out of Boomie getting that KO on Java, if you can at least line them up for the person who is finding them, let the person who's running hot go because you don't need to have them. If there's 6 on one side, congrats, you still got to win.
Yep.
So keep it going. And I think that could really work for them right now because Stingray is refusing to go down against Snowy and Boomie of all people.
And that's why I love when stats don't tell the whole story. Because, like, yeah, exactly. Stingray could take all of the KOs, but you wouldn't, if you saw the match, you wouldn't look at Java and be like, bro, are you going to get 1 KO? What are you even doing?
Yeah.
Even damage numbers alone don't always tell the full story of the set. And that's no more evident than it has ever been with Java and Stingray as a team. They have so much chemistry. I'm looking forward to the rest of the set, the rest of the day. This is just some good Brawlhalla. Another one. He picked up another one, ladies and gentlemen.
Look, the saying goes, defense wins championships, but apparently it's Stingray. Stingray wins championships. He gets another double KO. The defensive play from them has been so good. And the ability to line him up. Don't you dare jump into that.
Okay.
Snowy lining it up, but because he decided to go and try and punish him, it gave a free punish also for Boomie.
I was worried that he was going to attempt the punish and then fail the punish and then get slapped with the biggest fist of all time.
Come here, stupid. Come here.
Yeah, and then he hits him with the other hand while he's winding that one up. So I'm glad he found the punish there because that's what a player of that caliber should do. Man, this game 1, Boomie's starting to really take that damage. Java still on second stock compared to everyone else in this set.
Yeah, Java's color scheme has changed to one I haven't really seen. That is as dark as that red can go, and that's just what you need because Java holding on to this makes it more stressful. They finally find it off the top. They also find Stingray. So Stingray, even though he's finding the KOs before, does end up falling first. Really good team composure from them. We saw this in game 1 before as well, where Boomie and Snowy were really close to going down. But this isn't undoable because both of them are very unhealthy right now. If Java can find one, it's very, very much doable. The
one thing Java really has to worry about is just the amount of time that they can lock him down with those long active frame moves that Boomie has. Because guess what? Stingray is not here to come interrupt that. That neutral light, Snowy can go sit down, have a cup of tea, brew another cup of tea, sip that one down, and then come back to finish the 2v1 combo.
And that is the scariest part because... Oh, wait. Sider's not going to be enough off the side yet, but now Snowy's got to get in the way. Java going deep off stage, trying to find a recovery, but Boomie, this is the strength of Boomie, his ability to avoid those situations and keep himself alive.
Now, unfortunately, that side air from Java is going to drop. That means the 4-stop is not going to happen, but here comes the D-Light recovery. It's Java against Boomie with the lead in favor of Java. He has less damage on this final stock than Boomie does. The zoning potential of these blasters, though, are so scary. That just gave Java stage control, gave him a weapon as well. That down air was a bold choice from Boomie. He goes for the stomp turnaround. Dare!
The cider comes through, weapon toss down, Boomie trying to find him, just misses out, and then weapon toss down, but he gets hit! Boomie gets back and he has access to gauntlets now. You have to watch out. Boomie has been going for exactly that this entire time. You gotta watch out for how you poke your head above. At least you have the platform on the side right now to kind of change it up.
Wow, D-Light recovery, that's all it took from Boomie. That's really what he was waiting for. He knew that hand probably wasn't going to hit. He was just throwing that out as a zoning tool. He didn't even do it close enough to the edge where the hand would extend to the soft platform.
It was the sleight of hand.
Yep, that was his choice.
But here it comes.
That was his choice. Did you expect to come up and punish me from that? I'm not anywhere near you, brother. Now I'm going to use all that range from the D-Light, follow up with the recovery, grab the KO, and that's the game.
I was just looking at the damage across the board. That was one of the highest damage games for all players
what's
involved.
going on?
715 on the side of Boomie. Then 469 on the side of Snowy. Very good. And then you still have 500 plus on both of the other. Nobody underperformed that game. That went down to on the last minute.
Dude, Stingray took 638. You're like, oh, wow, that's a lot of damage. Java took 704. Their team total took 1342
Most of that came on that second stock.
But what is this?
He was at completely fresh when they were deep in the red on that last one. That should tell you a lot about how much defense he had on that stock, too. 704 is insane. And he almost won. That's how nuts that game went down to, and we see another very stressful start for Boomie and Snowy in game one, but they won 3-0 after that. They really rebounded after that. Does that happen again here? Does the magic of Stingray finally come to a close?
I'm not sure. One more thing I do want to mention for all my big brain math gamers out there, let's put that 1342 damage taken in context. That is 223 and 2/3 repeating, of course, damage per stock on average that they took before they got KO'd. That's 225 before they get KO'd on every stock for both players.
A literal refusal to die.
Like what is going on, man?
Like refusal to give up anything. Right now, Stingray taking a whole lot, but at the moment, it's currently Java having a bit of a struggle. Both Boomie and Snowy covering, a little miscommunication. Boomie goes in a little early to try and find him, but allows Java to get back on.
Boomie looking maybe a little bit lost for a few moments, trying to find his way back into this fight. He does. He hits a side air. It's going to send Java over to the right side. It's now Snowy and Stingray in the middle. Everybody is very damaged so far. We're about 50 seconds into the game. That one's going to bonk him on the head. First KO is going to go to Java off of that sword weapon toss.
That ground pound just missed, too, for Java. That could have been a double on the side of Java, who hasn't even needed to do them because of Stingray. But Stingray going for a big play, does get smacked back off by the side air, and then gets smacked off again. It's the side of Java, and a double KO coming in from Boomie. It's mostly Snowy who's been closing them out.
The announcer has been getting a workout from Stingray sets today. Now even Boomie is picking up a double KO. Homie thought he could just like clock into work, say 3-2-1 brawl a few times, and call it quits. Nah, you got to be ready. You got to be watching. Double KOs are happening. Dominations are happening. Crazy stuff all over the place are happening. The Brawlhalla announcer does not get a day off today.
The boss man came into work.
Yep.
That's the problem. Stingray decided to show up. You got to look busy.
You got to look
busy. And Java looking busy right there. Coming in and getting the K off the bottom. Boomie already on his last stock. And Java, as we've seen already, borderline impossible to knock out. So you have to find an answer ASAP. And I think that's why we're going to see Snowy focus more on him like we're seeing right now.
Nice little handoff between Stingray and Java. Stingray started it off, then Java came in, but Boomie cleans up that edge guard.
That was so good, too, as an answer to you just getting pushed off yourself. The way that they stopped Java's defense, and now Stingray has to get back into the fray. But Java pushing with the side air, trying to find a ground pound.
He pulled out of it. Incredible from Java. He pulled out of the ground pound, knew it wasn't going to hit, didn't fall for the GCD light that Boomie threw out. Phenomenal edge guard from Java.
I got to give a lot of credit to Snowy just a second ago, too. Not only did he help keep Boomie alive the first time, but after the weapon toss, he went back out there again. Even when Stingray showed up, he covered him, and now they're still all healthy. Finally, another one goes in the favor of Stingray. Currently, Java
He's gonna do it again.
Having a taste of the blast.
Oh, he didn't do it again. The edge guard situation coming over. You saw Stingray immediately move in, trying to relieve some of that pressure. Interruption coming up to completely... Oh, he tried to pick up Stingray off of Boomie's neutral. I didn't quite time it right, so he down aired into the final blast of Boomie's end light. Java taken out of the game. Stingray extremely healthy. Getting Snowy here would give him some room. He actually still does have some room. Boomie immediately drops down. Doesn't want to be anywhere near Stingray because he would be taken out of the game. Edge guard situation. This is Stingray's chance.
Oh, weapon toss down. Goes for another one. Forces a dodge, but get himself back to the spear. I like how Snowy before when he got back on, as Boomie was trying to get on through the gauntlets at him, like, no, get back off. You're not ready yet. But he fell down. This is still very doable for Stingray. He's got to catch Boomie slipping.
I love Stingray's timing on starting that edge guard against Boomie. Snowy comes back in. Stingray doesn't want to get like counter-rotated on, so he immediately backs up from that. 100% the smart move there to not just tunnel vision on KOing Boomie. That was so close. Dodge down. The ground pound almost hit. Is he going to hit? He didn't have to. Boomie is going to stay alive somehow. That's classic Boomie behavior right there.
Yes, it is. And he wanted it all. He knew Snowy was coming down there trying to help him. You're already having a very, very slippery target in Boomie, but committing to the double ground pound, went to sweat beats, did not have enough. I think he might have thought that he was a little bit higher up on the side than he realized, because you saw him try to fade back in a bit, and he realized, oops, I can't make it back. That was still almost a hit, too, from the side air before that ground pound. That just missed Snowy by, like, maybe a few frames. And then you have Boomie deep in the red. They're able to compose themselves again. They have won game 2 again. And this is one of those where you go back, you look at the bracket, say, oh, it's a 3-0? This was one of the hardest fought potential 3-0, if we even see that happen, because you still have to respect the play from Stingray and Java right now.
Going to be coming into this next game. Boomie's going to grab a weapon. Java's going to grab a weapon. Snowy's going to grab a weapon. So Stingray, the only one waiting on a weapon spawn at this point, grabs one. Now it's that spear. He's been doing so much work with his spear throughout the tournament today. Early downstick coming out from Snowy. Both members of the blue team kind of stuck. Oh, that ground pound? Is that going to KO Stingray? Oh, he follows it up. Java went down to give Stingray the hit to get the chase dodge on hit to chase dodge up. And Boomie said, y'all are thinking way too many steps ahead, brother, because I'm going to come in here and I'm going to blast.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. Of course, once again, the announcer is being forced to work so hard today. He has no other options. He keeps getting these double KOs being launched up on there, and Boomie has really found great answers. I think that's the first time we've finally seen him get that punch. It's been working for it, so that's a Boomie W personally himself. But Boomie going to chase over to try and help Snowy out. He gets back on, but he's getting pushed by Stingray again.
Get stuck under?
Java
No.
stuck.
There was the recovery. They're both getting back to the main platform now. Yo, the final blast of that, and the weapon toss from Stingray to finish that one up. That's going to take Boomie off the first.
Right down the middle, perfect strike, catches him again. Snowy, relatively damaged, so this is a good opportunity as they find it right there. If Java can hold on to this stock, they get some double ups. The pressure from Boomie. That is why we talk about Boomie so much. He answers right back after what could have been a good moment for the red team.
All of a sudden, Blaster's ground pound seems like the most feared move in the entire game. The way Boomie is using it, there's a ton of force on it. It can put you in sort of a dangerous spot, but Boomie is using it so well to take out his opponents, spike them down on the edge to finish these KOs up. Stingray on his final stock. Red team definitely in the lead here. Java's going to have to be careful in this 1v2 situation to not take too much damage. Stays wide in the push-off column. Boomie went big with that one. Knew if Java came in to hit him, he was still going to be saved. Also, he had some in-air movement economy to get back, so that wasn't too crazy for Boomie to do.
Yeah, it was just one of those, let me guess it right now. Like, you just had to see if he pulled the trigger first. Java deep into red. Oh, side air coming through. That's going to send Boomie deep off stage. Snowy kind of in the way, so they can't really commit to anything because Snowy can go after it.
Nice.
Java goes off stage, and now Boomie falls. We see Stingray get another one. What's that, like the 5th one today?
Dude, they gotta stop because the announcer is going to ask for a raise.
Yeah.
We need to stop.
In total, between Stingray and Boomie, we're approaching like 10 times we've seen the double KO pulled off today. And now, don't count Snowy out in this position, Boomie out in this position at all, because he's been spacing out so well. Even with the fact that you have those dead zones, he always has to mark. He just misses that side air. Java
Nice
goes for weapon toss.
Oh, yes, sir, from Java. He got the weapon toss bonk, and then he cleaned that one up with the D-Light ground pound. Excellent edge guard situation. Excellent ending to that game. Excellent adjustment from the blue team, especially after, like, they both got clapped from a ground pound early on in that game.
That very start turned into a very quick second where we might have believed that was about to be a 3-0. And then they answered back. Stingray and Java have done an amazing job at making everybody say, you should have been paying attention to us at the very beginning as well.
And I'm glad we're getting to see this from Stingray and Java today, not just because it's an enjoyable viewing experience, but because this is the performance that Java and Stingray fans have been hoping for such a long time. Like, we all know that this performance is possible because we've seen it in the past. It's just we don't get to see it every time, so it's such a treat to see them come together, play some incredible 2v2 2v2 Brawlhalla today.
I agree. As a personal Java enjoyer myself, the script is looking really good for him right now. The way that they are performing, and that adjustment was great, but you still are facing a deficit. This is such a good set as we see a big play coming in from Java, getting the anti-air. They could come through and get another one, but they're very aggressive plays from Snowy. Not one, but 2 ground pounds, getting the stock still.
Java was so close to touching the wall and coming back in, but Snowy was there. If that touch came out, I believe we were going to see a GC light, but Snowy didn't want to burn that prematurely, or else he was without his dodge.
And I would see, oh yeah, Stingray waiting for, I think, maybe Boomie to back off to try and go catch him, but he was too focused on Java, so luckily nothing happened there. It is Snowy now who's holding on to this first stock for not any longer because the ground pound comes through.
Dead even game coming out from these two players here in game 4.
Sparky, I am sweating and I'm not playing. I am actually sweating right now. Both of us are, they can't see us, but we are leaning far over the table right now.
I'm winded, brother. I am winded, and it's not like that hot in this room. That is just the raw energy that this set, and really, honestly, all of these sets that you and I have called today, incredible.
And it continues, too. They're taking a while to get these stocks down. This could be a really big play potential. We see the miss on the Sig, but so he accidentally catches Boomie, and now Java has an opportunity to cash in on that. Weapon toss down. Does he get back to the wall? He does, and then he reverses his way out of there.
Can he turn this around? If Boomie turns this around, he might be the GOAT. Oh! Weapon toss bonk. No, Snowy gets away from it. Boomie goes down. Is Java going to fall here?
How did Stingray go down and
Get
miss all that?
off of the edge. Why are we still here?
And then Java finally goes down. Stingray trying to help out. He gets caught for it. Snowy was able to avoid it all. Java finally falls. Now Boomie deep in the red, but also is Snowy. Snowy is not going to be able to save him that time.
Sidelight almost came through from Stingray onto Snowy. Dude, Snowy is so damaged. I'm a little bit surprised Java went for the sidelight there, but maybe hoping for a follow-up from Stingray off of that one. Unfortunately, their lines got a little bit crossed, and they kind of went for the attack at the same time. Snowy taking so much damage here, but they're not going to tunnel vision on that. Java was actually chasing Boomie.
Yeah, and speaking of a lot of that damage, quite a bit of it has been coming from Boomie, but that's a huge play from Snowy, whose refusal to give up the stock has been so crucial. GC gonna catch him on the side. You have to go high. Covering him is with the side air. Boomie coming through. He's not making that back. Wait, no.
What?
Oh, he gets the wall touch. Stingray's still alive, but not for that much longer. I don't think he's making it through this bombardment at all, as we don't see it happen. Excuse me, not Cody. Boomie and Snowy shut it down in what was one of the most intense Game 4 sets we have seen in a while, and moved their way into the other side of Winners Finals.
What a set from both of these teams. And the crazy thing is that like the damage numbers are mostly normal. Like Stingray did 391, Java did 353. Honestly, those are a little bit on the low side when you put them together in context of one another. And then on the other side, like Boomie only did 416. Snowy did the most by far, which is 571, which is that's a good damage number, but you're not looking at that going like, whoa, he's crazy. Look at all that damage. It's 800.
Yep. And the reason why that math adds up that way is because most of those went to very deep edge guards.
Yep.
There were so many times that they spent deep off stage. It does not matter what color you're at there if you have no resources to jump. So the fact that they kept challenging each other off stage over and over again,